All right. Hello, Broncos country. Please welcome the All-Pro safety for the Denver Broncos, Justin Simmons. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, Justin. Thank you very much for being here today. And I know you had some stuff going on this morning. Can you tell us a little bit about your event you had with the Denver firefighters and some Wildlife Prevention USAA sponsored event?
Yeah. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. And yes, so I teamed up with USAA, the official salute to service partner of the Denver Broncos, and also teamed up with the Denver Fire Department. And we were there this morning with the Prevent Defense campaign to help raise awareness on how to prevent wildfires. And one of the things that I thought was really unique and cool was the campaign's title, Prevent Defense, and it helped me kind of merge the wildfire prevention, right, along with the NFL term of prevent
Sure.
defense. And I think one of the biggest takeaways was just like in the NFL, when you're talking about prevent defense and all the things you have to prepare for, it's all about preparation. And so it's the same thing with wildfires. And, we just need to be able to do our part. And I thought about, like, when I'm going over prevent defense every week, week in and week out, it's almost monotonous. It becomes the same thing over and over and over. But for the one time it happens, throughout the year, you're so thankful because you've repped it over and over and over. And you were so prepared that you win that game or you win the half. And it's the same thing with, prevention of wildfires. And I learned all that at USAA.com/wildfire help.
Great.
And I learned all the preventative measures that you can take. There's a bunch of tips and tools that you could learn and go over. And so it was super informative. It was super educational. I was so thankful for it. The turnout was amazing, and it was a really great campaign.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. When you're speaking of tips, what's the one tip, if you could tell anybody to how to prevent wildfires, what would be that one big thing that you would say?
Yeah, I think so. The one tip I would give is like out here in Colorado, because it's rained so much and it's been greener than we've ever seen. A lot of things are growing faster because it'll rain, then it'll be sunny, then it'll rain again. There's a lot of grass that's growing. And like I said, there's a lot more green. And so one of the tips that I read is, like, even clearing your dry brush, you're clearing the grass, just cleaning up your yard a little bit. Even those simple steps can help prevent wildfires. And the biggest thing that I took away was having a go bag prepared. And so this isn't necessarily wildfire prevention, but it is preparing you for an incident with wildfires. And so for my family and I, after reading this, starting to prepare a little go bag with, medications, clothes, water, necessities like that. So I think
in case you have to evacuate quickly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Great. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for that. That's I'm going to prepare one for my family. So I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
There we go. Yeah. You're welcome.
So we're coming up on training camp, and I just want to ask you, I know you do these events and everything, but what's the one thing that you really like to do before the real rigors of training camp start?
That's a great question. I think the number one thing that I like to do is just to spend more time with my family. Like, as each day goes by, I recognize that I'm pretty locked in for the next, 6 to 7 months, whatever that looks like. And a lot of my time is spent at the facility or, at watching film or things like that. And so, even in these next couple of weeks, even though I'm training and I'm still film prepping and things like that, I try my best to be around my kids. They're out of school and they get to see dad a little bit more. So, and of course, be around my wife and love on the family before the rigors of season are approaching.
Yeah, it's hard for normal everyday folk to understand just how busy you get during the coming into training camp and the season. So yeah, I can see that definitely. It's important. So thank you for that. Yeah. Now I know you've kind of endured some of the disappointments that us fans have endured over the last few years. What's a message you want to give to the Broncos country leading up to this this 2023 training camp and season?
Yeah, I think is the message that I've told myself like year in and year out. I think heading into year 8, and it's not something that I came up with. It's just having conversations with NFL vets around the league and guys that I've had the opportunity to play with, guys that I consider mentors, et cetera, is that 2022 is 2022. That chapter is closed. Just like on Sunday, if you win, you got to look forward to next Sunday, and or if you lose, you got to look forward to next Sunday. And no one cares about what you've done in years past. It gives you no ranking or better standing heading into next year. And so 2022 is in the past. 2023 is a whole new team, whole new set of objectives, whole new work ethic. And so for me, that gets me excited, and I'd imagine that get everyone else excited as well.
Yeah, great. With that, so with the new expectations and whatnot, with Sean Payton becoming the new head coach, what has it been like so far from like a OTA minicamp perspective, and even just a overall football kind of team perspective?
Yeah, Sean's been great. Sean's been absolutely great, and then I think for us, at least for me specifically, having those 2 short months of working with him in OTAs has been super educational, and it's been competitive, and it's been a lot of fun. And so I'm really looking forward to that transitioning into, camp and preseason, and then, hitting it head on into the regular season, September 10th with the home opener against the Raiders. And, man, I'm just really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah, we are too. We're most of us are excited for sure for this new head, new head coach brings new excitement, and we're looking forward to it. What do you anticipate this camp being like under the tutelage of Sean Payton, so to speak, and maybe even a comparison to last year? I know you're kind of putting 22 behind you, but do you think there's going to be a significant difference in how this camp is, how the team approaches this camp versus those in the past?
Yeah, that's a great question. I guess, I'm going to see like everyone else. And so I know that OTAs was competitive and it was fun. And, obviously we didn't have pads on. So I know camp's going to be a little bit more physical like it always is. But, I know Coach knows what he's doing. He's done it for a long time. He's been super successful at what he does. And so us as players, we just got to buy in and trust the process of knowing that like whatever we're doing, there's success at the end of the tunnel of it. And we just got to buy in and execute at the highest level on our end and trust everyone else. And it's really what football is all about. It's why it's the ultimate team game. You can't do it on your own. You got to be able to trust when you're out there on the field, trust all other 10 guys to get their jobs done, and trust the coach and X, Y, and Z. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to building that. We've already started it, obviously, but I'm looking forward to really building the layers on that in camp.
Sure. And what is the team camaraderie like this year so far? How does it seem?
It seems great. It seems great. I think the camaraderie has been great. Guys have been energetic. Like I said, OTAs was a lot of fun. It was competitive, and that's all you can ask for as as ultimate competitors. And so it makes me so excited for camp, because if OTAs was competitive, I'm sure camp will be a notch up from that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to watching it. I can't wait to get out there and see you guys going at it. It'll be fun. So I know Broncos fans are going to see a familiar face on the sideline, but Vance Joseph is going to be a defensive coordinator instead of head coach this year. So what is a defensive coordinator does he bring to the team that gives you confidence in the 2023 defense?
Yeah, I think it's his knowledge of he's been doing this for so long, and he knows he just knows the ins and outs of what works and what doesn't work and what works for him. And I think he adjusts really well to the players around him and how to utilize their skills. And so I just kind of have seen, I've known that before, but I think getting a different feel and really seeing a different version of him as a DC, and, being a little bit more hands-on. And it's been great having him back. I was always a big BJ fan, and I'm so excited to get to work with him again. And so I can't wait for the regular season, because I love him as a coach, and I think it's going to be great.
Great. Well, it inspires confidence. So I appreciate that answer to that question. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask you, I know your time is running short. If you don't mind, I can ask you one more quick question. It's about safety group. I know you got you're kind of the elder statesman now, you and Kareem, you've been there for a long time, but there's 3 young guys too, that are, kind of learning the system. You got, Stearns and Dallaire and Turner-Yell and Skinner coming in. What are your expectations for them as the part of the safety group?
Yeah, I think, man, I think we got a great group. I'm selfishly, think we got one of the best groups on the team. And I just think that's, I see the guys work. And like I said, I'm being biased. I work with them every day and I know how they think. And, I know how they're interacting in the room. And, even PJ Locke too, he's been great. And he's like a workhorse for us. And especially at the special team side of the ball. And, all those guys have so much talent, man. And I'm just really excited to watch them flourish in camp too, because everyone knows, the roster is what it is, but we love each other. Those guys work hard, and all of them have the potential to play and play a lot of big time games in this league. So I'm really looking forward to watching everyone develop and just flourish in this camp.
Yeah, that sounds great. And I could talk with you all day, Justin. I really appreciate your time, but I want to be respectful of it. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. And really, thank you so much for all you do for the Denver community. It's very, very appreciated. So thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thank you for that sentiment. I really appreciate it. And thank you for your time as well. It was a true joy. So I appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See ya.